What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And tonight we actually have an amazing video for you because this has been the weekly close that we have been waiting for. Now, if you are in a downtrend or a massive move to the sideways, you can tell in the weekly candle. What will happen is you will possibly go up during the week, say at the low is 350. You might possibly go up to about $4, even $4.30, and then go all the way back close to 350 to close. That's how you know you'll stay right around the 350 to 370 for the next week. The cool thing is this week we actually closed above a big resistance. $4.30 all the way up to about $4.40 is a massive area of resistance with ICP. If we would have closed below that, I would have thought that we would possibly go back down into the $3 ranges. The good news is we closed above resistance. That is very crucial when we are going to look at what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to go and show you why on here. But there's a lot going for this. 3 people just left before I even got finished saying what I was going to do for the video. But anyway, we have a lot of good technical analysis. The Bitcoin integration is something that everybody's been talking about in the space, but my channel has a specific viewpoint on the Bitcoin integration. And that is, this year, there has been a massive narrative in crypto. Now, if I was an up-and-coming crypto company and I wanted to make an impact in the space, what I would do is I would look for any major issues in crypto that is throughout all of crypto, and I would find a team of people after I figure out, well, this is an area that I see that needs to be fixed. And then I would find a team of people that know how to do that and fix the problem. So this is the narrative that we're setting here. There is a massive security risk in crypto right now. And that's what we're going to talk about before we get into the price. That is a cross-chain hack because you need to trust a third-party bridge. Now, there's a discussion going on Twitter right now saying, well, basically all you're doing is having to trust another blockchain. Well, that is true if you're thinking about just Bitcoin. But if you're talking about a full integration, yes. So if you're using native Bitcoin, of course it's going to be safer just using Bitcoin. But when you start talking about cross-chain collaboration, the only way to do that right now is through bridges. So what you're trying to say is that you would have to trust an extra blockchain. Well, who cares? You trust the code, not a person. This is a trustless system, okay? And so what people are saying, well, you have to trust 2 blockchains instead of 1. Well, that is mute because when you wrap Bitcoin, there's a process where you take Bitcoin, you trust the third party, and you have to trust the third party the other blockchain that you're trading the wrap Bitcoin on. So instead of just trusting blockchain A and blockchain B, you also have to trust a third party with the money, and that's where they get hacked every time. So if you get rid of the hacked part, all you have to do is trust 2 blockchains, which are decentralized, and which even if they had, so what they're saying as well is that they have the keys, not your crypto. Well, even if they wanted your keys, they're distributed through all of the nodes. So there is no way for one person to say, oh, I'm going to go in there and take the money. That's impossible. It can't be done. So that's why it's secure. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the traditional crypto market and what is wrong with it. And then I'm going to show you what ICP does to fix that. So let's get into this, guys. First, I want to say hi to you before we get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please take your seats and the show will start shortly, he says. Okay. We have my spokesperson here, Justin. I love it when he gets creative. Hi, Jaffe. Good to see you today and happy mood. Yeah, guys, I'm still hurting for my cat, but you know what? I'm being strong for him. We celebrate life around here. That's one thing I really learned in my church is, and maybe even not from them, they learned it from like a Samoan church because Samoans, they really love to celebrate life. And that's what I'm doing for Ren. Instead of being super sad, because it will make me sick. If I get sad about my cat, I'll probably end up sick. And I don't want to make myself sick after my cat's already gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to celebrate his life and keep going in a positive way. So let's go on to the video. I just want to let you know why I'm so, in a good mood, even though I've been through some stuff. Because I care about my health and I love my cat dearly, but he would want me to be healthy and move forward. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's get into why this is the biggest thing in crypto right now. And I don't know why more people are not talking about this solving the cross-chain hacks. It's just ridiculous. It's billions of dollars. So the first one that I want to see, report. Half of all DeFi exploits are cross-bridge hacks. And what that means is that when you try to wrap a Bitcoin or you try to wrap another crypto, over $2.5 billion have been stolen from cross-chain bridge hacks in the past 2 years. Now, another thing, it says right here, cross-chain bridge hacks, which enable the transfer of digital assets and information between independent blockchains, are an escalating problem. With over $1 billion swiped in recent months, Payments report in June, Harmony's Horizon $100 million bridge exploit in June marked the third major hack of its kind in 2022. Now, cross-chain bridge hacks emerge as a top security risk. Now, I'm going to come back here for a second just to elaborate on that. What Definity did is they found one of the biggest problems in crypto, the most expensive, that cost people billions in a short amount of time. I mean, if we had 2 billion in volume added to Internet Computer, that would be better than it just stolen and gone forever, right? So all you would have to do, instead of just using Bitcoin or wrapping it over, you come and I would definitely recommend to test it out first. They do have testnet. I don't know if that's still running, but I will try to find that in the coming days so that we can practice before we actually, start using Bitcoin, or we just use a little amount so that we get used to it. It's going to be like anything else. We got to get just kind of trial and error, see how it works, but your funds will be safe. They won't be able to be hacked. So, the only way you lose is if you put in the wrong address or something, user error, right? And we can deal with that, because that's what a lot of crypto is just user error. If we can get rid of all the problems out there and just concentrate on what we're doing, then, you won't make as many mistakes. When you make more mistakes is when the whole industry you're trying to work with is getting hacked. It's getting, all these things are happening. You're like, whoa, dude, I'm just trying to trade here. I don't know why this exchange is crashing down and all the crypto's going crazy. Man, I was just making a little trade here. So this is something that really needed to be done in crypto this year. This is the best time this could have happened to us. And finally, we were hoping for September and it got pushed back and pushed back. But, I would rather wait a little bit longer and have it come out now. This is perfect. The price is starting to go up. This was a really good time to release this this integration. So what's up, Just Forfeit? Good to see you here. John Wedgie. John Weeg. John Wiggy. Kind of like John Wick, but John Wiggy. Wiggy. No. Keep your focus on gratitude. There you go. I really like that. And, Carl from the Moon, one thing I really used to like what he says is projection. If you see it, you can believe it, you can dream it, you can do it. And that's what I believe with ICP the whole time. I believed that Bitcoin integration was coming. I believed it was going to happen, and I believed they were going to perfect it. And they did. You know what I mean? So it's just that gratitude, that projection that, we can do this together. I don't think I can do it by myself, but with you guys, with God with me, I got this, So that's a good point. Keep your focus on gratitude. And the cool thing, we might have just broke out of a massive falling wedge. So we're going to look at the price too. We might actually be good in the technicals. We're good in the news and the ecosystem. So all of the major things that it takes for a crypto to go up, ICP has all of them right now. We got to remember the overall market and the bear market, though. That's why I added the fourth one, the bull and the bear market. So we're good on 3 of them, but we're still in a bear market. That's the one thing that stops ICP from going to $10 right now. Why FII.money has gone up a lot. It went from 1,000 to like 1,800. So crypto's starting to pump right now. Bitcoin is having a little pump. That's because I think it might have broke out. It did break out of resistance at about 17,300. But it might still be in that area. But what I think happens, it broke that falling wedge pattern. And if we really start to actually see that E wave play out, the ABCDE corrective wave, we could really start to see a $6 in December, just like I've been putting on my thumbnails. I try not to do too much clickbait. Like when I say, $200 by 2025, I believe that. I believe it's going to be that price by the next bull run. So I try not to do too much clickbait. And ICP, yeah, you know me. Hey, that's naughty by nature almost, man. Yeah, you know me, Wedgie. All right, we ain't making fun of him, but yeah. To the moon. Okay, Wiggy, John, Wiggy. All right, now let's go and look at some of these articles over here. I'm just in a good mood because of the integration, man. I've been waiting for this. I even bought a very expensive NFT because I think it's going to go up a lot. Maybe not right away with the Bitcoin integration, but it's called an OG Metal. And basically it has a cat on it with a business suit in front of a computer. And then it says the Bitcoin integration on it. I bought it because I think this Bitcoin integration is going to be one of the biggest things that not only happens to ICP, but has to do with all of crypto, because it actually can work now on BNB, Polygon, and I think it might even be able to work on, maybe Aptos and Cosmos later, and, all of these blockchains. I'd really like to see ICP connect with Flexa. That would be something that I would really be interested in, because what Flexa is like a payment system that kind of can help transfer payments to different parts of the world. And not that we'd need it for like the security, but maybe for the collateral part of it, because you can use AMP as collateral in some certain things. So maybe ICP could, use AMP in some sort of collateral situation, and add the Flexa payment system. I don't know if we even need it. But, I'm all for, cross-chain collaboration in an integrated way. So better news from the Fed than expected, less pressure on inflation and less interest rates expected. And this is good. And I think that, this narrative right now is kind of pushing it to the future. But if we're in a bull market, like, that's a good thing. When you're trying to push it into the future in a bull market, you're going to probably push it into a bear market. But the cool thing about pushing things off into the future in a bear market is that bull market is coming soon. So it's good to push things off for now. But I just think it's never really a good thing to push off debt farther and farther and farther, because inflation. Your 500 million in debt here, is $1 billion here. So there's good and bad to that. It's good in the crypto sense because we have a bull market. It's bad in the inflation sense because everything that we already own is going to be worth less. Because if we bought a car or a house or whatever, and then inflation happens and everything goes up, then the same house that we, paid all this money for isn't even worth it anymore. And so that's where we kind of get tied up, and where crypto is actually going to help this world. It came out in 2008 when we had the big housing recession as a way to help the monetary system. It wasn't designed as this big old crypto space that was going to be like stocks and be traded. It was actually designed to help save our economy. That's what I think. I think that because of when it happened, whether it was by the government or by Satoshi as an individual or a group, I think that they did it because they saw that our current system could not last the way that it is by itself. So, all right, let's keep going. I could talk about that all day. I'm getting off track here. Ludo created the design for No way. I did not know that, dude. That's why it's so cool. Ludo created the design for the SNS one. So, yeah, I hope you're all good. So that's pretty cool. That's a good piece of information to have. Let's get back into this now. I just want to show you that cross-chain bridges are they are very risky, and it's the biggest security risk, according to, basically all of the big tech people, Chainalysis, and a lot of the other ones as well. So following last night, this is a while ago. This was August 2nd. So this was not even that long ago, just like a couple months ago. Following last night's exploit on the Nomad Bridge, Chainalysis estimates that $2 billion in cryptocurrency has been stolen across 13 separate cross-chain bridge hacks, the majority of which was stolen this year. Attacks on bridges account for 69% of total funds stolen in 2022 so far. So well over half, almost 2/3 of the entire amount of funds stolen are because of cross-chain bridge hacks. And this is something Internet Computer fixes right now. This will save you $2 billion. Anybody who has money, look at me for a second. Any of you who are watching this that aren't like normal people on the channel, that are big people in the space, I know some people watch me sometimes. This changes everything. $2 billion is not an amount of money that anybody seems as disposable. So what Internet Computer does right now is it will save you from the top security risk in the whole crypto ecosystem, as well as connect you with Bitcoin and Ethereum. This can be used by institutions. This can be used by corporations. And I think like even Walmart and a couple other places would be stupid not to look at ICP as a payment system for actual like connecting with Walmart, Target, all of that thing, because it's instant payment processing. It can interact with all the other blockchains, and it's fast and cheap. Why wouldn't they use it? All right. So let's get back into this. I really think this is something we really need to talk about more, because 13 different blockchains have been, stolen from it. I'd like to see what those chains were. I know the Ronin network was hacked. I know there's been a few other ones that have been stolen, like Harmony, and it's talking about Nomad Bridge right here. There's just so many that have been stolen from us. Because if they steal it from one person in the system, they're stealing it from all of us. Because I know it doesn't belong to us, but they're stealing our opportunity. They're stealing, liquidity, and they're basically making it harder for us to interact in this space, because regulation comes because of that, and not to help us either. It makes it worse for us. So what we have done is basically help to save crypto here, like for real. So even more troubling is that bridges are now a top target for North Korean linked hackers who, according to our estimates, have stolen approximately $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency so far this year, entirely from bridges and other DeFi protocols. For perspective, South Korea's government-run statistical agency estimates the country earned $89 million from official exports in 2020. The good news is that these services can take steps to protect themselves. Well, actually, what they can do now is make themselves 100% safe just by interacting with the Internet Computer, finding a way to connect your blockchain with the Internet Computer in order to, get the functionality, the safety, the security, and the direct integration. And that's the only thing that's going to stop these hacks, is direct integration from one blockchain to another. You can't trust people. Yeah, I mean, you can't trust protocols, that can be hacked. So what are cross-chain bridge protocols? Cross-chain bridges are designed to solve the challenge of interoperability between different blockchains. That's it, guys. And this is what it does exactly. It solves the interoperability problem from being what they like to say is like it's sectioned in like a garden, like a closed garden. And they don't have access, like carrots over here. You don't have access to corn, right? You might have access to other carrots because in your garden, right? But you don't have access to corn because it's in the garden next door and there's a big wall, you can't get to it, right? And so what this does, instead of making like a ladder to go over it, that can possibly be tampered with, it drills like a hole directly through it that goes to the next one and connects those two in a sealed off way. Like before you go into outer space in the movies, you go into an airlock, right? And that airlock protects you, the rest of, the spacecraft from the outside air, right? And it airlocks it before you go outside. So that's basically what this does. It is a step to ensure that the blockchain is safe, that the money is safe, which would be you inside of there, the money, to go to its next destination. So it makes the blockchain safe, it makes your money safe, and it makes the whole thing safe because they section it off from everywhere else. So it's actually a good thing that this happens this way. So yes, I know, man. Boss just, oh. All right. Dang, boss got him. Okay. That's why a bunch of people just left, man. And again, thank you guys for your service, man. You guys are amazing. And all of you, thank you for your service in, crypto too. But these guys, man, I have, he's not really my cousin, but he's not by blood, but he's like my cousin. He served, so I have a really, really big respect for the military, and what they've done for us. So, all right, let's get back into this. I want to get to the technicals here. So I'm just going to do one more thing in this and then let's go. Now, what does what is going to happen about this now? Well, like I was saying, Definity has solved this problem. The beta release is already over. The testnet API was already tested, and the integration is live. So this was August 4th. A couple days after that hack on August, I believe they said the next day, like August 2nd or 3rd or whatever, whenever that was. Yeah, somewhere in August. But this is really needed right now, right? And so half of the DeFi hacks right now, 69% of them are because of the cross-chain bridges. Well, now you don't have to do that. And just check out Definity. I'm not going to give you a lot of information on that right now. You can actually go to Twitter, and they're talking about it a lot. There's more articles about it. But what I want you to do is just take a minute out of your day if you have a minute, just like maybe on a break or something. I don't want you to like go super deep into it, but just look what they're talking about, see what it is, and just know that, man, this is a game changer. And I just encourage you to do some research about it because it's freaking amazing. All right, let's get to some price now. Now that we got that out of the way, I think that is going to change crypto for the better. And it's going to keep happening for the foreseeable future. I think it's going to be, all the way into the next bull run. It's going to have ramifications to the upside. So as you see here, we have some sort of an inverse head and shoulders on the weekly that's forming. We have the head right here, and we do have the left shoulder. We would definitely need a nice little pump to the upside, about over $5 for this to continue. I would definitely like to see that either this week or even just go up a little bit this week. And then next week we come up and touch about above $5 and then maybe go down a little bit below $5 and test that, maybe even go to 450 and then back up, create this third shoulder and then boom, move to the upside. So I really think that that's a big possibility. Especially with the way the market has been moving, straight, we go up, test the $5 resistance, get rejected, go back down. And it kind of seems perfectly like what's going to happen. The cool thing is, if you look right here, the volume is increasing in buying pressure or buying volume on the weekly, I should say. So as soon as this keeps going up, we're good to go. This is keep going up, which means we possibly are going to keep going up. There's less volume this week, more volume this week. And if we continue with more volume this week, we don't even have to see an inverse head and shoulders happen. We could come up and break that $5 level, come back down, touch it as support, and then come up and test 7. But I'm going to get some indicators out here so that we can really get a, good idea. This is the weekly, so I like to get a little bit more intricate into these, TA videos. So we're going to look at that, and we're going to get the Bolly out as well, Bollinger. All right. Now, if we are back above, yes! Sorry about that. That just made me extremely happy, though, because as you see here, we just broke back above the simple moving average on the 14-day on the weekly. Yes, this is what we needed to turn bullish, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now broke out from our simple moving average on the weekly RSI, which means we have enough volume to sustain price movement upwards. And that means we could go to $5, which, what is this at? Okay, that's at 580. Our EMA 9 is at 463, 462. So that I was saying about 470 was our resistance. So about 462. That's kind of spot on. We could even, make a move all the way back up to 580. I don't see that happening right away. I do think there's a big amount of resistance at about $5. If we do break that, yes, we are going to probably go up and test this $5.80. So this is pretty good news. Our volume on the weekly is growing. We broke out of the RSI, which means we're bullish, which means we have enough volume to go. We are starting to get out of being oversold, but we're still only at 31. We have a lot of room to the upside. All right, let's go to the daily and see where we're at. We're not oversold on the daily. We are above the moving average 14-day simple. And it looks like we're, testing that, moving upwards. We can still go, a lot higher, up to 70 before we're overbought. And we're testing the top of the Bollinger right here on the daily. We're doing pretty good. We're above the EMA 9. Let's get all those other indicators out here. I mean, things are just looking incredible right now. I'm really, really happy with what's happening in the news, the technicals, and the ecosystem. Everything is looking really bullish for the internet computer. So this is what I knew. This is what I knew years ago or a year ago or whatever. Like I knew this crypto was legit. And that's why I've told you about it for so long. And now you guys are going to get to see what I was telling you about. It's going to happen over the next year and a half or two. And then, into the years after that as well. But you guys are going to see very soon that this crypto is something else. This is going to be a very good opportunity for you guys, everybody who's followed the channel. All right. So 413, 449, and 416. So 449 is our EMA 50, and that's where we hit our resistance. As soon as we get above and confirm the EMA 50 on the daily, that is when we're going to turn bullish again. We have tested it a few times and then got rejected. Every time we touch it, we get rejected. See, got rejected. Boom. If we break above that and confirm it, that's when we turn bullish on the daily. So watch that. Watch that simple moving average 50, or not, sorry, exponential moving average 50. If we break above that, then and confirm it, which means going up to 449, breaking it, go up to about 480, come back down and touch 450 as support, and then move up. That's what I'm talking about. If we do that, that is going to be extremely bullish. Just breaking above it, we could get rejected again and go down. We're still in the bear market. So just know that I'm bullish, but we are in the bear market. I'm not going to, get your hopes up for the super near term. But this is a long-term crypto that is going to do some amazing things. Then we have a big resistance at about $5.30. And then let's look at this 200 right here, and that will give us another pretty good indicator. And the 200 is at $8.39. This is going to be our previous $10 resistance up here. It was $10. Now it's down to $8.40. So that's good. It takes less to break out now. So there is a good thing about going down to 350. It brought that EMA 200 down to 839 instead of 10. So it looks like we're kind of bullish right now. Let's go to the smaller time frames and see exactly where we're sitting. Even these are looking kind of nice. We had a lot of volume here, less volume. It kind of stopped and went sideways. A little more volume goes up. It looks like we might actually retest right now. It does look like we did break out kind of this level and have it as support, but we might go back down and touch about 435. I don't think we need to touch these right now. We're above all the massive moving averages on the 30-minute, but let's do the smaller ones because these are going to be the ones that are more relevant on the smaller time frames, the 9 and the 21 and the 50. So let's just do that. Yeah, so the 9 is 436, and we just broke, above that and actually confirmed it as support. That's a good thing. That means we're moving pretty good on the small time frames. Let's go to the indicator RSI because I need the RSI out here to see if we're oversold. Okay, we're getting overbought right here. We broke down below the simple moving average. We are above it now and sustaining upwards. We could actually pump up again. In the 30-minute, we could see 83 again. Or if we break this, then we will start going down. So watch this 30-minute. If we do get below 62, then we are going to lose that momentum that we have. But it looks bullish right now. And let's go to the 1 hour. Hopefully this RSI is a lot lower. So we're not getting overbought here. Yeah, we're getting overbought on the 1 hour. It looks like that's going to have to reset here. It did just break out, so hopefully it can at least, confirm this support level. But what it looks like is we're getting a little bit too over bought here on the shorter time frames. Let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, yeah, even the 4 hour, we are above the simple moving average, but we are, starting once we get to 70, that's overbought, which means there's selling pressure, which means the market wants it to sell, and so you don't have to though. That's the thing. especially at $4.38. You don't have to sell your ICP at this point just because this says that. Look at the weekly, look at the larger time frames. This is just in the smaller time frames. Even the daily, we are so far, down. Look at this on the daily. Like we're only at 55. And then on the weekly, we're at like 33. So, I mean, on the short time frame, yeah, we get overbought pretty quick. But that absolutely has nothing to do with the larger time frame and where ICP is going. That's just short-term price movements. That's it. That's it. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. So let's get back into the chat here. This was a pretty good video tonight. I'm having it. There's days where you're just having it, and that's me today. Well, we used to say that in the business I used to work in. I'm just having it today, man. And that's what I got excited about the integration, man. I started, debating with people on Twitter, and I was like, I'm taking it over to YouTube. We're going to talk about this integration and why it's important. What you trust one blockchain, but you won't trust two, and then you'll trust a bridge that's a third party. I mean, that absolutely makes absolutely no sense to me. I see what they're saying, that the not your key, not your crypto, but when there's absolutely no possible way for them to get the key, then it isn't their key. That is moot. Then basically your key is your internet identity, and you keep in your device. That is why internet computer is different. Every other crypto can be hacked if they have your seed phrase. And they might be able to do that with internet computer if they have your seed phrase, but normally they have to have your device too. So that's the thing. Not only will they have to have your seed phrase, but they'll have to have your device to connect it to anyway. That might not be 100% true, and I'd be careful with that if you never tell anybody your seed phrase ever. But I'm pretty sure I've read that they distribute the key, the private key, throughout all nodes, so it can't be accessed. And that basically your internet identity, or however, you could use a wallet without using the internet identity, then you would get a seed phrase for that wallet. That's different than actually having, a seed phrase that like Coinbase owns. That's way different because that's their wallet. You're putting money in their wallet that they use on the exchange. That's way different than a private key being distributed through chain key cryptography and the ECDSA chain key crypto, the threshold signatures. That's how it's all done. Very safe. So I might not be able to explain it the best, but I know what I'm talking about here. And I know that it's going to be good for us. So Forfeit is here in spirit. Oh, yeah. So is Dead Man Walking Voltron. And I'm starting to think that maybe they're the same person. Because when just Forfeit leaves, Voltron appears in Dead Man Walking. And then when he leaves, just Forfeit appears. I don't know, man. I'm a detective, so no. What up, Jordan? Haven't seen you for a while. I loved ICP from the first time I came across the project. Oh, no, Airborne's here. No way. Smash that like button, baby. I got a 34-minute deep dive ICP video coming out in 30 minutes. So go over and check that out. We got 10 people here right now because this was a great video. Thank you. I tap in here and there. Yeah. I mean, you guys make or break my channel. So, and I try to give you the best information as fast as possible. These lives, I kind of get caught up talking to you guys. So, what you're using is TradingView. You just don't know it. You should download the actual app for PC so you can save your charts and keep them on a list. It's way more features. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll have to find my pen. Write that down. Where did my pen go? All right, I'll figure that out later. I don't know where my pen went. It's normally right here somewhere, but yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get better charts too, and I might even pay for them because I pay for StreamYard here so that I can not get the logo and I can do recording and stuff like that. So I don't mind paying a little bit, if I get what I pay for, right? I just get mad paying for internet service that hardly ever works. But I'm going to get a new internet service hopefully pretty soon. Welcome, everybody. It's cool that more IC people are around. So I encourage you guys to go join the discussion on Twitter and go check out Crypto Airborne's video too. I'm talking about ICP. Hopefully he'll get a grant. Who knows? I would love to see him, be a part of that. and join us in, what beauty ICP has brought, not only to crypto, but they have solved the biggest security risk in crypto right now. Do you understand that? How many crypto blockchains can say, we personally solved the biggest security risk in crypto in less than 2 years of being on mainnet? A year and a half of mainnet, they solved the problem. So, Six Pigs, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, man. We were actually supposed to go on live with Igito and Uncle Daddy. I'm kind of glad that Uncle Daddy had to reschedule because I just wasn't really up for it yesterday. And so we're going to talk about, I want to talk about Times Square. And, we need warriors out there on the front lines telling people about it. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking maybe if someone comes to Seattle, we can, I don't want to do it by myself, but like if we can get some ICP people over here in Seattle, let's go downtown and just start telling people about it. Like, I'm serious. We could go to like the Seattle Times. You know what I mean? Like really make an impact with ICP. I don't know. I'm down for whatever, guys. So, all right. That being said, goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!